Okay, so I made this card with the A Stitched Season Suite. This is the card cased from the catalog. So this is the card right from the catalog itself. I think I used a different green, a little bit of a darker green, which is fine. It's still the same idea. The stocking is all the same as well. This presented a little bit of a challenge. The sample card in the catalog has like a stitch line that runs all the way down. I tried to use the tool that we have to make that, but it didn't put it in dark enough that it looked very, I didn't like it anyway. You can kind of see it, I don't know if you can see it on this one, if I get it close enough, a little bit there. Which again, if from far away, you can't even notice it's there. So I didn't really kind of like the look, so I did not do it on this one. As well as, I thought these little squares were DSP, and they did not come in the pack of paper. So I was just going to pick out other alternative paper, Christmas themed DSP, and fill in the spots. Then I realized these are actually just the white squares cut with the stitched square, and they're stamped. So the snowflakes, the flowers, and the little cross lines there, those are all actual stamps from the stamp set, just stamped onto the white squares. So once that actually took me a really long time to figure that out, longer than it probably should have. And then these solid red and solid blue, there's a stamp there that can be solid stamped as well. I just cut them from cardstock because I had them cut already before I figured out these pieces. So either is fine. And then I just kind of, actually I'll show you the die so you can, like I said, this one was a little bit tricky. So the stocking cuts out the stocking as one piece, okay? And then to fit in the squares, you have this second piece, so it kind of fits in like this. So I cut that out, and then it cuts out like this. It does not, it cuts out as one piece. It's all stitched, but they're not separate pieces. So it didn't really work to create these squares, but the sample card also did not line up with how these squares are. I'll include the sample card from the catalog in the comments, as well as it did not have this design. So I just took this template. It's basically kind of what I did with it, and I started with the blue and the flower piece, and I just lined them up even with this line halfway down the center. So half was blue, half was the flowers, and then I kind of lined up all the rest of the squares from there. And then I just, after I was done gluing them all on to the different, like to the pattern I wanted, like for this pattern, I just simply cut around and cut off the excess to get this final piece. And then I found if you glue this piece on first, then glue this red rim that's attached to the top of the stocking, it's a lot easier because then you can fit it around the already formed stocking. This one, I did it in reverse. I glued down the outside piece first. So you can actually see there's a little bit of a gap because there's a little bit of gap at the bottom. I didn't have it down first, so then I actually had to lift it up and kind of move it in a bit. So to get it so it's nice and seamless, glue the inside part first and then do the outside around it, because then you can form it right around the formed stocking. So this one was a little bit of a challenge for me, just to kind of get it to work. I think it turned out okay, and it's pretty close to the sample card, aside from the missing stitch line that goes down both sides of the card. And the green, I used a little bit of a darker green than it had in the picture. So hopefully that kind of gives you an idea of how to make this card. There's not really instructions that I know of that come with the catalog samples, so this was my best interpretation. And the green holly piece behind, I just cut that. I'm not really big on measurements, so I just cut compared to what I liked, and I'll tell you what it is right now. So it's actually 3 inches wide, and it's the 5.5 to make it the length of the card. So, and again, you can kind of tailor that to whatever you like. So if you'd rather a thinner DSP backing there, that's fine. Or if you want to make it a little bit wider, depends on whether you know how to put those stitch lines in, or whether you like the stitch lines. And then this is the ribbon that came with it, and the stamp set. So this stamp, this here is actually, it doesn't come with a square die like that. It comes with this, and it has the stitching. So I noticed from the catalog, I zoomed in a little bit, and it looks like what they did was they used this and then just cut off the points. So that's actually what I did too. So you'll notice the stitch goes on the top and bottom, but it does not go on the sides, because I've actually used this one and just cut off the points to make that portion of it. So again, like I said, that's my interpretation of how the sample card looks. Hopefully it's close. I don't know. If you guys have played with this set or have made this card, you can share your troubles or what went well for you, and hopefully this gives you a little bit insight on how to make this stocking. Have a great day.